Okay, I'm off by 0.005 seconds.
You're close to Greenwich, dude.
That's pretty good.
That's where they started time, isn't it?
That is where they started time.
Didn't England invent and maintains time as we know it?
As far as we know, yeah, England's the owner of time.
Yeah, and we're all kind of just okay with it.
That's effed up. We got to.
That is effed up.
And that's why I'm over here right now.
Dude, you are in Europe.
That's why I'm over here. I'm doing some studying right now.
A glass of red. Wow, I also have a glass of red.
Yeah. What was that? Red Dr. Pep? Or is that
No,
red
it's
wine?
Moxie, baby.
The fuck is Moxie?
And you think you grew up in New England. This guy.
I've got the VHS camera going.
That's exciting.
I'm on the power setup right now. This is what I've been rolling with. I've been carrying the Take It Easy setup for 10 days
all over Europe
across multiple I have taken this Take It Easy setup for this specific episode across the entire world onto a boat. I travel, there's a lot to talk about of the journeys that I've been on, but folks, we say it every time.
To a great episode.
Let's take it easy. I'm not too much of a wine guy, but after being out here for a little while, Tucker,
it's good.
I'm a little interested. I'm interested. I'm interested in what it has. I'm interested in what the country of Italy has to say.
I've been waiting for this.
Really?
I've been waiting for this. Yeah. Well, I got into wine big time, like 2 years ago.
You did. It was, dude,
I put on a good 10
surprising.
pounds the month I found out about wine.
Really? I thought wine is
awesome.
All everyone ever says. Especially old people, is
dude,
that
they
love it. They're like, well, because it's like every
they're like a glass of red's good for your heart.
It's like every centenarian is like, and that it's like some bullshit genetics that got them to that point. So when people are asking, like, they're always asking the centenarians, what's the secret of long life? And they're always like, a glass of red and a cigarette a day.
Yeah, they always have some crazy ritual.
Because it's just some motherfucker that has like the God gene or something in them that's keeping them alive despite all odds. And they're like, yeah, no, I smoked cigarettes 3 times a day and I was drinking red wine like it was water. And like, I'm all set. I'm also going to have to do this reset of this fucking thing every couple seconds for the aesthetic, because that's what we do over here at Take It Easy. I'm going to be doing that every 10 minutes.
It's about time you got into red wine, because you went to Ithaca, and that's like the wine basket of the Northeast.
The wine basket? Is that what they say?
That's what I say.
I don't know if they're saying that.
I'm saying it. The Finger Lakes make some damn good wine. I went up there. We did a wine tasting. It was awesome.
And check this out. You like that?
That's Saturday night right there.
Yeah, this is Saturday night. Is this what day is today?
You're Saturday.
Damn right.
That's how you know you're on a trip.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't even know what time it is.
Yeah, you lose all sense of what the days are.
I'm 6 hours ahead of you right now, which is rare. I'm 6 hours ahead of you. I'm 9 hours.
Really nice. Because you can be as late as you want to the recording. And I'm like, no, it's no problem.
Yeah, seriously. Well, so for contextually, if people want to know what's going on,
give them the context.
I'm on a big victory tour after my struggle. And this is something that I deserve. I did the Ashton Hall routine for a week. I did the Ashton Hall edit for a month. I was editing that video for like a month. I was writing it and editing it for so long. That video took me so fucking long.
The morning routine aspect was probably the easiest part.
Oh, but yes, absolutely. It absolutely was.
How true that was.
Oh, dude, yeah. And also, I've been having a little bit of red. I've been extending my life with a little bit of red. Yeah, no, so there's so many things to talk about, really. But this is my victory tour. But the original purpose of this this excursion that I'm on is because my larger extended family, every like 2 years, almost for a period every year, was doing. Everyone gets together in one big house because my grandmother used to do this. We all, her whole thing was like, use it. You can't take it with you. I'm going to spend all the money that I have from my life on just getting the family together once a year, rent out a house. Everyone's got a room, and we
That's
just
really cool.
we're on like a beach. We would go to the Jersey Shore, something like that. Or we go to Martha's Vineyard. That was a big one. And then she passed away, and then the family was like, okay, well, we're going to keep doing this. This was cool. This is a cool thing.
That's really cool. That's cool that your family does that. Wait, whose side? Is your mom's side or your dad's side?
It's my dad's side. So it's Nivison side.
How many siblings does your dad have?
My dad had 2 siblings. So one of them passed away. It was my uncle who passed away from stomach cancer like 4 years ago.
Oh, so this is just 2 families.
No, it's 3 families. It's not like when my uncle passed away, like...
Oh, you guys didn't
the rest were like, we can't show up anymore. We're not allowed anymore if Bill's not around. Like, no.
That didn't make sense.
So my cousin, for a few years now, or at least during the last one, they were like, next time we're doing Italy, and it was kind of like okay, sure, but then
nobody
they
bought
put
that.
in the hours. They put in the hours. They put in the planning situation. And now here we are. And I they were doing Zoom calls and stuff.
You guys were doing family.
They
Zoom
were doing.
meetings?
They were doing family Zoom meetings. I wasn't a part of the Zoom meetings because we have enough Zoom meetings in the first place.
You and me.
Yeah.
We don't use
Zoom.
It. We don't use Zoom.
Yeah, we're always on Zoom, man. We're on Zoom right now.
I hate getting a Zoom meeting. Like, whenever you got to talk to an external entity in life through video.
It feels like entering a doctor's office in many ways.
It does. It's way too formal.
Yeah.
It's like
get me
when
out of
you got to talk to Audio Boom and they bring in. It feels like you're in the principal's office a little bit.
A little bit. I feel like I'm in trouble. We love Audio Boom, though.
We love Audio Boom.
We love Audio Boom. They bring us our sponsors, and they do a damn good job of it.
But the Zoom.
But it does feel a little formal for our
for our Wednesday uploads. It's a little formal for that.
Well, okay, I've been,
It's been hectic, guys. We swear. It's been hectic. Ted's on the other side of the world. I'm working 40 hours a week. Emma's 6 months pregnant. The crew is under an immense amount of strain.
Things are getting really dicey over here on the Take It Easy
Things
side.
Are dicey.
We are doing anything but the title right now. We are.
Yeah,
I mean, you know what? No, but that's not what this podcast is
Ted's
about.
taking
taking it easy.
Ted's got a glass red.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how easy I've been taking it. I've been in bed by 9:45 every single night this week.
Really?
Yes.
I don't believe that.
I get up at 6.
You're a night owl.
I get up at 6 now. Yeah, I've been working in the sun. Look how tan I am.
You must be. Look how tan I am.
Knuckle up. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Dude, it's the white balance, dude. It's not. You don't understand.
It's the white balance.
It's the white balance. No, you don't understand camera technology like I do. If this was if we were color corrected properly,
I can hardly even tell you're wearing a ring.
No, listen, man. That's brutal. If we were color corrected right, I would be 3 shades darker than you right now. You'd think I'm full-blooded Italian. You think I'm a full-blooded Southern Italian. You think I'm a skip? You think I'd be a skipper on the Amalfi Coast?
A skipper on the Amalfi Coast. That's a dream job right there.
Yeah. Should I give you the rundown of how this trip has gone so far?
Let's get the rundown. Yeah, let's get the family rundown.
So the trip started off. Oh yeah, at some point we got off track there, but yeah, no. So this is a family thing that happens once a year, or once every 2 years, something like that, and everyone contributes. I'm obviously contributing. To like the pot here on making this possible, and it's really fucking cool. And what we just did before this dinner, which is why I got a little bit of a I'm having a little bit of a good time is because I'm like fucking. This is like my 5th glass of wine.
What? Today?
In the last fucking 2 hours.
Dude, congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Man, you're making me want to crack open a beer.
And we'll see.
Wait, should I go pour a glass of red?
You might as well. Because I'm in the slot right now. I'm in the slot, folks. And I'm having a really good time. I can't add more context because Tucker's going to be coming back to the pod right now. But I might as well talk to the VHS camera because we love the VHS watchers. This thing has been very fun. I have a story that I need to tell Tucker about that. That was quick.
Well, I brought it with me.
You got that?
You know I got red on standby.
Oh, nice, dude. I've not been much of a red guy. When you last visited, I was talking about my Los Moros, the white. Right?
White wine. I mean, white wine's good. It's more binge. Like, white wine's like beer, you know? You're going to drink the whole bottle.
So, you know what's a bummer? I got to figure out when you and Emma are back in open season, when we can just, when we can buy out a babysitter for a couple weeks and I could take your guys your asses
couple weeks. We're going to leave the baby behind for a couple weeks?
Yeah, I mean, at what point
March,
can I get you guys?
We're coming out in March with the baby.
At what point can I get you guys to travel for a week?
March. I just said it.
Okay. I'll take it. I'll take that. I'm thinking,
March.
what I'm thinking is, because my first leg on the trip is that I went to Dublin, and I was like, oh, that'd be a kind of a cool congratulatory trip for Tucker and Emma if I bring you guys out to like Ireland or something.
That would be cool. I'd love to go to Ireland. Bring my fly fishing setup. Try to catch some Atlantic salmon.
If you're wondering when I stand up every time, Emma, just you'll have to cut around that if it's really disruptive. But every time I stand up like that, it's just me turning the fucking VHS camera back on.
I had to do that with one of our cameras for the camera I brought to Kenya. We were using for the reality podcast, and it shuts off after 20 minutes every time.
Yeah, I'm doing this every fucking 5, so.
That's brutal. But it'll look cool.
Yeah. No, it looks really good, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. But, okay.
Nothing better than spinning these.
Yeah. Dude, no. I've got a good angle for it on the VHS too, which is why I got to have it on.
Yeah, I bet you look really handsome on it.
I do. I look like an Italian star.
Speaking of handsome, I ditched the long hair.
You did. You're looking. People were starting to. There were greasy allegations.
What? No, I'm not a greasy guy.
I didn't say that.
Where did you see the allegation? In our comments section?
I don't know.
Was it your mom or something?
I think I just kind of thought of it. I just was like,
so you were thinking that I was greasy?
No. I honestly,
because you got long hair.
I do. I kind of just threw out the first word that came to my mind, and I was like, I want to see if he did see something like this, and it happened to be true.
Well, wait. Yeah, you got something to get through.
Yeah, and also you look wonderful, you look beautiful, you look natural, and in the dinner conversation today, high and tight did come up. Because my cousin
isn't high and tight. First,
I know it's
a
not.
medium
I know
fade.
it's not. But my cousin,
medium fade.
I was asking my cousin, who's a teenager, about what his haircut was, because he got like that new Gen Alpha haircut, where it's like kind of what I've got going on, but not quite. Where it's like really tight on the sides, and then it's like fall in the front.
Oh,
but it's like
that's really
permy.
too bad. That's
no.
terrible.
I mean, he's rocking.
So he's a
he's
piece of
shit
shit.
for sure.
Huh? He sounds like a piece of shit.
He's honestly an incredibly respectful boy, and he's very smart. His parents did a good job raising him. No, he's not. I'm just speaking my truth, actually.
Wow.
But high and tight came up in the conversation because I was trying to explain what I meant when I was like, you got it tight on the sides, you got it tight. Anyways, I went to Dublin for the first stop on this trip. I went to Dublin for 2 days. There's a little buffer in between that and joining my immediate family for a week in Italy for the big family week in Italy. This is a big Europe trip. I haven't done something like this in years. Ever. Actually, I don't think I've ever done.
When is the last time you did this European tour?
Yeah, no, honestly, I think the last time I did in high school, I got to do a Spain and France trip as part of the chorus thing. Remember that?
Yeah. Was that before? What year was that? Freshman?
2015. I think it was my sophomore year.
Oh, and then when was China? Was that also sophomore year?
I don't know. Honestly, the timelines are getting kind of muddled a little bit, especially when we had that conversation about which years were which.
Yeah, we're coming up on that 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, and they definitely didn't do the last anniversary because of COVID worries or something, and it was like 2022.
Oh, the 5?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to go to the 10?
I don't
You'll
know.
Be
should
there.
I? Should we both?
Around.
I'll go. Okay, well, I'm not going if you're not going.
Why would I go? First off.
Because you also went to high school there.
Hardly.
Hardly? What does that even mean?
A temporary prison that I was in.
What do you think it was for me?
I don't know. You were always strutting around.
There's no strutting. Well, I don't know what that is. You
were always strutting around, doing your thing.
No, I don't like that. I detest that.
It's a good thing. I mean, it turned me on.
Jesus.
It turned me on.
Okay, well, now that's a different story.
You had a whole little,
You want to unpack that? Will we unpack that while I swirl my wine?
Well, let me swirl mine a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, you had some swagger back then.
You get nervous? Yeah, no. Italian Ted is hard to resist.
Now I'm on the spot. Yeah, I mean,
Italian Ted. This is Italian Ted.
You're an irresistible young chap.
I am a little bit of a chap, aren't I?
You've got some chap energy.
Yeah, chapped lips a lot of the time in the winters of Massachusetts.
But I had to ditch the hair because I started working outside every day, and dude, it was too fucking hot. You can't have hair like that and be working.
They're gonna send you to hair jail if you be doing that too much.
It was awful. So I got a cut yesterday. I said I can't do it. Well, it's gonna be 95 on Monday and Tuesday.
Oh my God, Tucker. Well,
yeah, I'm about to be swimming in it, dude.
Yeah. God, I'm bad at telling stories when I'm drinking the red. I go to Dublin.
This episode will be your Europe story with about 100 offshoots. That's the episode, guys.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably pretty enjoyable, I imagine.
Because that's like the
Because we're catching up. We haven't really spoken in like 10 days.
We've been busy. It's been a hectic time.
We've been busy, but we've exchanged like low emoji sentences.
This guy? You've been getting a couple of this guys?
Yeah. We're exchanging low emoji. We're not giving we haven't given each other emotions.
Well, I've been like I'm not even gonna bother Ted because he's on this European tour.
I've been getting it done though. I've been giving you guys what you need.
Yeah, you have. And I typically don't have my phone on me at work. I just leave it in the truck.
Yeah, I've been while I've been away, I've been like, whenever you guys need something, I get nervous. I'm like, shit, I gotta get this done. They're gonna be like, this motherfucker's off in Europe being a piece of shit, and he's not doing what he needs to for the company. And I'm like, fuck, shit, God.
Don't worry. Once you get home, it's on.
Wait, am I in trouble? I'm home for like a week, and then I'm gone again.
And it's going to be a fucking week. Oh, we're gonna have Ted slaving over that keyboard.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do so many gaming episodes. I mean, it's gonna be kind of fun, honestly. We're just gonna be gaming
every
episodes.
night, a new game.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, and then I'm gonna be working on my other video that I got filmed, but I didn't edit at all.
And I'm gonna say this. I'm just gonna say 2 words, and I'll let it simmer. Dr. Ted. Dr.
Yeah,
Ted.
I know. I know.
And I was like, I'm gonna let Ted have this vacation. But
dude,
he touches down on U.S. soil,
dude. Now that we're getting this done, and I'm at this house that we've rented, where I'm in the same place, because I'm like moving. I told myself I would be able to get a bunch done. I told myself I'd be writing my next video while I'm off the. No, dude, it's like my mother, love her to death. She has packed this schedule thick. It's coming. It's like when you've got some sort of like if you squeezed an ice cream sandwich. That's how packed the schedule is. You know what I'm talking about?
You're oozing.
It's coming.
You're oozing a little bit.
It's oozing out the sides. And so, you know, but it's been wonderful. I mean, but we're moving to a new location. We're not in the same place for more than 2 days. So you don't even have time to adjust. So I'm here in this spot for a week. So, and tomorrow's a pretty free day. So I might actually get on my little lappy toppy and look at the submissions from users, which you can submit if you are even just a free member of the Take It Easy Patreon, which is at patreon.com/Take It Easy, where you can submit your suggestions for my show that has 1 episode, but we'll have 2 more once I'm done filming them, which is the Dr. Ted. It's an advice show that I run, and I'll have the Italian version, and I'll probably film it on this thing. That might actually be kind of fun.
Wait, you're going to be speaking in Italian?
Well, no, it's the Italian version in the sense that I'm in Italy when I do it.
Oh, wait, I got a little competition for you.
Okay.
This is a sanctioned competitive event. So,
okay, but wait,
here it is.
Can I also just mention?
Yeah.
Surely will you be impressed with me if I get the Dr. Ted's done while I'm out here?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I'm on vacation, doing any kind of work,
it's impossible to get in contact with you.
Yeah, I'm on the boat.
It is impossible. Yeah, Tucker's like, I'm scrubbing barnacles off the bottom of this boat, and I'm I'm loving every fucking second of it.
Yeah, well, I'm not lying. I'm not making it up. I am working. I'm usually busy. I'm busy on vacation. I'm working, just a different industry.
Yeah, Tucker works just to go on vacation to slave away on a boat and basically just work in a marina for a fucking weekend.
Yeah.
That's basically what you do.
Speaking of marina, this is such a good segue that you just made. You don't even know it yet. So
really?
I was down on the Cape like 2 weeks ago or whatever, last week, and we had to work on the boat. We were doing like real fucking boat maintenance. It was
as opposed
a big
to that
job.
fake shit.
As opposed to the fake shit. This was real deal maintenance on the engine and on the electrical. So we had to go buy 2 new batteries. And the girl at the counter bought the batteries from her. She was young, didn't look like the normal kind of employee at the place. She stuck out to me, but nothing happened. So went home, never thought about it again. I posted the fishing pics, the results from we fixed the boat, got it on the water, caught some big fish. Check my Instagram.
Yeah.
The results
check
there.
My Instagram. Check his Instagram.
Check my Instagram. She comments. She comments on the Instagram. She says, "I sold you the batteries." She works at the marina. Yes.
That's funny. So you're kind of a local legend now.
I checked my DMs. She had messaged me the day I bought them, and it's like I was too nervous to say hi. Blah blah blah. So big hookup. They're gonna send me merch.
Oh,
her
that's
dad
awesome.
works there too, and is also a fan of the show.
We love you guys. We love you guys.
We love you guys. I'm in your store all the time. It's usually, honestly, bad news if I'm there because it means something else on the boat broke. But
right.
You got a nice
But they're helping
place.
you out.
They're helping us out. So thanks.
Oh, that's
Shout
excellent.
out you guys. Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Fuck
Just
yeah. That's a cool moment.
It was the coolest place to know that somebody watches the show.
Yeah.
You know?
It's funny. When I was in Dublin, I ran into a bunch of like Irish people that I ran into.
Irish people.
I ran into a
Dublin.
chuckler. I ran into a chuckler in Temple Bar, and they were wearing the Chuckle Dungeon T-shirt.
It's a good shirt.
It was like, it's a good shirt, but also they didn't know where I was. They wore that out that day, and that was just a happenstance that they ran into me in that particular moment. Imagine the whole person's wardrobe, and they choose to spend and all the places they could be in the city of Dublin, and they chose that day to wear that shirt to go to that place, not knowing I was going to be in Dublin that day, and run into me. The odds of that are very slim.
Yeah, that is really small margin. Now, if it was my wardrobe, that's like a 50-50 shot.
Okay, so yeah, maybe I don't know this person's wardrobe specifically, so maybe this is like their daily driver.
Because I wear like half Chuckle/Ted merch and then half my dad's merch. I got no original clothing.
Yeah, no,
I'm just wearing the handouts.
you do not shop. You are given clothes, and that is entered into your rotation.
People in my life are like, "Hey, do you want a T-shirt?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." My last one's actually tattered.
Yeah, because every other shirt is currently falling apart in the armpits, and you're trying to
it's got paint and oil stains on it. It's like I'm wearing it to dinner.
That's awesome.
Gonna need that Nauset Marine merch, guys.
I got a really good story to tell though.
Let's hear it.
From Dublin. So I'm doing this VHS thing, obviously, for this trip. I'm just, mostly personal, just like filming stuff of the whole trip. I wanted to do like a vlog of the whole trip, but it's just one of those things where it's like I had been working for like a month. Yeah, and I don't know. I just didn't really want to turn on for the trip. I needed actually a break, and so I've been filming for fun. I might do.
You showed me an edit. It was really good.
Yeah, it was. I've edited of just the travels and stuff. That was a fun thing for me. I'm like juicing for it. And that's how I know I like to edit. But I might do a music video with James Marriott when I go out, because I'm going to go out to the UK. So I might do a music video with him.
Oh, you're going back that way?
Yeah. I'm just going to kind of like do a little jumping around and stuff. But I've never been to the UK before. I've been to Dublin. I guess I've been to the Northern Ireland, but it doesn't really feel like it counts. But I've never been to London, never been to Brighton, so I'm going to go out there and visit folks and say hi to them, because I've just never been. So I'm doing this VHS thing for the trip, and I was really excited about it because, obviously Schlatt's gotten me into this, because I used to do this a lot when I was a kid. I used to have the VHS stuff when I was a kid, and Schlatt's been doing it a lot, and he's been really into it. So I actually bought a new. I have an older analog one. This literally the one from my childhood. But I bought this newer, sort of digital high-aid VHS camera, and I was so excited to do it. And I was filming on the flight over. I'm filming when I land, going to the hotel, and as I'm going to the hotel, all of a sudden the camera starts flashing this message to me, and it's like cleaning cassette. I don't know what this means. This is a new device for me. I've never used this before.
Is it erasing it?
No, it's not erasing it. But what happened is that the camera, the way it's a magnetic tape that rolls over these video heads, right? That scan it and project the audio and video information onto the tape. It was these video heads in the device were dirty. Mm-hmm. And now the fucking thing can't properly. It was like it was essentially like the SD card, and it was corrupted.
Oh shit!
In the camera, like the camera was corrupted. It couldn't spit out information properly. So I'm like, fuck. So what I do is the next day, I'm like, screw it. I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay, well, I'm not going to be able to film this. I was so excited. I brought 5 blank, brand new, from like 2000 VHS tapes that I had purchased online with me, and I was going to record a lot of this trip. And I'm like, fuck, okay, well, I can't do this. So I was like, well, I got to try something. So I looked up on Google Maps. I was like, VHS store. 7 minutes away from me pops up the DVD Centre. This is written in British. It's like this. It's like this business that exists to. And this is DVD Centre in Dublin. Okay, I'm gonna put it on screen because I'm gonna shout these guys out. These guys, they do conversions for home VHS video rentals, cassettes, height, whatever. I tried calling them up. It didn't work because phone calls just don't work when you're abroad. It's just data really that works, it seems. I basically just walk over. There's a 7-minute walk, and it's like a fucking old brownstone building. It's got a buzzer for DVD Center. I buzz it. Zzz. Guy is like, "Oh, how you doing? What's up?" I'm like, "Hey, I'm looking for," because I found out online there's these devices you can put in. It's a cleaning cassette that will clean the video heads on the camera. So I was like, maybe I could try to buy one from these guys. Maybe they have one. I'm like, hey, do you have a video cleaner cassette I could maybe buy? Guy paused for a second. He's like come on in. I'm gonna come in. It's probably the first person in 15 years that's needed to come to this place looking for a thing. It's this guy. I believe his name was Michael or Daniel. And yeah, I think it was Daniel. It was Daniel. I think it was Daniel.
It ended in the no.
And I go up there. I'm talking to the guy. He's like, he seemed curious that I existed, first of all, because obviously this is not something that people do nowadays. But he's trying to help me out. He's like, oh, maybe you just try to use a different cassette. He hands me I think I might have it. I don't have it here, but he hands me another 8mm cassette just so I could try it out on the new camera. He's like, if it's not working, well, I'll come back the next day and we'll try to figure something else out. I'm like, okay. Turns out it doesn't work because it's a different format entirely. It's a PAL as opposed to NTSC.
Yes.
I don't know how that shit works or whatever, but whatever the case, is not working. And so I show up. I go back the next day, and this time the big man's in the house. Dick's there. He's the older guy who like really knows what he's doing. He's like the old head. And so I go in there and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm still having issues with this. These guys fucking full on troubleshoot my camera. They're taking it apart. The guy gets the screws. He's taking the fucking tape thing, he takes the door off of it. And he's like messing with the whole camera, and he's like going in there and he's cleaning everything. And I'm in there for like 30 minutes. Dude fixes my whole camera.
Wow.
Fixes the whole camera.
What luck that you just ran into that.
Yeah, I know. And originally when I went in there, Daniel, the younger guy, he was like, we've got video cleaner tapes, but we don't really. We need them. We need them for the cameras that we work on. We don't really sell them. We only really have one. And I don't know if I'm screwing him here or something, but like as I'm about to leave, he had an extra one that he basically like grabbed. I don't have it on me right now, I think, but he basically had like an extra one, and he was just like, he held it up and he's just like, he put it in my hand and he was just like, I'm like, okay, thanks. And so a couple days ago, I ran into the same issue again. I run the cleaner through it. Boom. It's easy. Like these guys literally fucking saved my ability to shoot this stuff. And if I do this music video with James Marriott, then these guys will have made that music video possible, and like all the content that comes from made the ability for me to film on the VHS aspect of this podcast. Like those guys like saved the VHS aspect of this trip. Their DVD center in Dublin, right in the center of Dublin, right by Temple Bar. If you ever needed to convert VHS tapes and you're in Ireland, VHS tapes, high 8 cassettes or whatever, you guys should go check them out. Or at the very least, if you want to be an easy goer, I would suggest going to the link, hopefully, that we provided in the description, and give them 5 stars.
Put a link up here. Put it right here. Yeah. And then move it to down here.
Yeah. And go give them 5 stars because, I was like, do you guys want like a tip? Do you want some money? And they were like, the best thing you can do is just give us some 5 stars on Google. So I would suggest go doing that because it was like,
they did this for free?
Helpful. They did it for free, fully for free.
Not only did you find right next door the most niche, most out-of-date business possible that had people in it, they also didn't even want your money.
Yeah. They were just helping out a fellow, like, enthusiast.
Vintage camera enthusiast.
Yeah, I know.
That's
it was
so cool.
Really, it was cool. It felt very similar to when Eddie and I did the Margaritaville trip, and that place had closed early, and we were like, hey, we're doing this trip. Is there anything you can do to help us? And those people, like, even after they had closed, like, gave us food at that Margaritaville. It felt similar to that, where it was just like this experience of human kindness, where it's just like a lesson in if you just ask, usually people are willing to help you out, you know?
Yeah.
So that was cool. That was really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was my initial inciting story. And then, I went from Dublin and I went to Italy.
You're in Italy now,
with my family. I'm in Italy right now. And we did a bunch of stuff. I flew into Rome and we did this thing where we didn't just initially just do the Rome shit that people usually do when they go to Italy. Like my mom worked with this travel agency, which feels dated, but it seemed like it worked out really well for her because she had done it for past trips in the past or whatever. And we went to like this town outside of Rome called Sora. And it was like we did all these like little and you're going to really get a fucking kick out of this. We did these little tiny trips to different interesting areas. One of the interesting places that we went to is we went to a monastery that had a particular group of monks that work there. Mm-hmm. This was the original monastery of Saint Benedict.
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing.
These are the monks, I believe, that make Benedictine.
That's incredible. Did you get any merch from the monks for a certain someone?
But I was there and I saw a lot of Christian imagery and I felt like I felt the soul of what it meant to drink Benedictine. And I sent Schlatt some photos. I was like, guess where I'm at right now? And he was like, looks like some Christian iconography. And I was like, this is St. Benedict's monastery. This is like, I don't know if this is the spot, but it is the original spot that he built, the original, temple or monastery. What's it called? It's an abbey. It's like St. Benedict's Abbey near Sora in Italy.
From Benedictine Abbey? Wait, what is Benedictine Abbey?
It would be St. Benedict Abbey near Sora, Italy. That's the most I know about it.
I'm reading about the connection between St. Benedict and Benedictine.
Oh, okay. So
there's a lot of lingo in here. There's a lot of lingo that I don't understand.
It's a pretty strict, I think that the whole thing with being a monk, there's only 10 monks that work at this abbey. And
that's exclusive.
Yeah, super exclusive. Well, it's also I don't know if there's a lot of monks that want to work or want to be a monk under St. Benedict because it's like a strict sort of thing.
I feel like being a monk is kind of, you're looking for strict.
In terms of being a monk, the Benedictine monks are one of the strictest in sort of that world, I guess.
Really?
And I'm sure that there's some motherfucking Catholic scholar, easygoer that could fill us
Catholic
in on
scholars,
information.
Tell us in the comments.
Yeah,
what we've got going on here.
Our wider variety of Catholic scholars that we have listening to the podcast. But that was cool. And then we went to the Amalfi Coast, which was great. I originally said that it was an Airbnb experience, but I think it was just an Airbnb.
Was there no experience?
Oh, well, it was an experience. But the Airbnb that we got was the boat, and the boat came with the skipper. So we went on a boat. Oh, it came with
the guy?
I guess. Yeah, I guess it came with the guy.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
So we had this wonderful individual, Andre. He was Romanian, and he was our sailboat. We were on a sailboat. We lived on a sailboat for 3 days, and we sailed along the Amalfi Coast, and we went to Amalfi, and we went to Positano, and we it was a good time, dude. I mean, it was just fun. The food out here has been
Italian coast.
The food out here has been obviously phenomenal. The wine's good.
You had any good pizza?
I don't know if I've had good pizza yet.
Have you had bad pizza?
No, I haven't had bad pizza. But I feel like this is going to be so offensive to an Italian. This is going to be offensive to Italians. I feel like I've had pizza just as good as this. I feel like some of the, I mean, it's fresh It's freshly made. It's delicious, but I feel like I have had. I don't. Maybe it's a facet of the fact that I feel like pizza will always reach a plateau. There's a certain level of good that you can get with pizza, and then it doesn't really get much further than that. I feel like
you can't really compare it to like you can't compare it to like a New York slice of pizza. It's like a different type of pie.
But like when I was telling you, when I had that pizza place in Sora, and it was like similar to like a Sorrento slice.
Okay.
In like the quality of the crust, and
it's an Italian word, I think.
It's an Italian city.
Bingo. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, we had a lot of pizza in Switzerland, and it was always very good. They were smaller.
No, here's
fresher.
Here's the thing. We're rocking Sorrento's up quality. Always, without a doubt. So
you're not going to find spicy finger out there, though.
The pizza is good. There was a buffalo pizza I saw on a menu once, and I was
really,
but I didn't. I was like that. I feel like if I ordered that, they'd be like, "All right, you fucking American. Sure, you can have your buffalo pizza." No, but I don't know. It's hitting a base. I don't know. I guess Sorrento's must be just very good because it's hitting a baseline that is Sorrento's and up. But it's different, you know?
Sorrento's changed their crust.
I know you're telling me that.
Yeah.
Or you were telling the group that.
We were in town a couple weeks ago. Went and got a pizza like normal. Come home, open the box, boom, different crust. It was not bad, but I would say on a 1 out of 10 scale, if Sorrento's was like a 8 out of 10, this dropped it to a 7 out of 10.
What did they change about it? What's going on? Tell me about it.
Let me try to describe it to you. They used to have like a doughy crust that had like a light char. It was very inoffensive and it was fine. And when it was done right, you often ate it. This one was no char, and it was like grainy. There was some sort of really thick textured-y bits in it.
Man, you should call him.
I thought about it and being like, what did you do? And why?
What's going on?
But well, here's an interesting. We're going to Acton tonight after this.
Yeah,
and
you're gonna try
my
again?
mom said they're getting Sorrento's for dinner, so there'll probably be leftovers. I'll slip a piece in my mouth and I'll see what the texture's like.
You'll slip a piece in your mouth like it's like not eating.
I'll slip it in there and I will
slip it in there.
I will put in the group an update.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm interested to hear that because I feel like
it was alarming.
I need to know that info. Yeah, that is alarming information to hear, and chilling at best.
Dad's side of the family said, "Oh yeah, we got it a month ago. Their new crust is terrible." So it was like other external confirmation that they've changed something, and that it's like official. It wasn't like just a slip up.
Whoa, that makes me nervous.
I know. We've been going there a long, long time.
And we just gave them a big endorsement.
We did. You did.
So I don't know. Well, you were there.
I was there.
So.
I was there. Although,
wait, what is this? What is this? You trying to distance yourself now?
Hey, I didn't say anything about Serrano. No, well, in that video, funny enough, I'm going to counter it right here, right now. I'm going to counter the endorsement. In that little pizza thing we did, the Serrano's slice was about the lowest that Serrano's gets. Because there is a Sorrento's spectrum.
There is a Sorrento spectrum. And the pizza that we got, that was a cheese slice. And I think that you're going to get the lowest quality of a cheese slice at Serrano's. Because they're making, they're
I'll tell you what it was,
out.
too. It was the last slice of cheese, like, on that. Because when they do cheese slices, they just make a cheese pizza, cut it up, and they put it on a rack. And then they just pull. And we got the last piece from that pie that was all deflated bubbles. So bad ratio, dry. It was no good.
And it was still but still in the comparison of the rest of the stuff we were eating that day, it was better, you know?
It was.
Yeah.
Although, well, we had some good pizza on that thing though.
Did we?
You were there, dude.
Did we now?
We did. Remember that sweet tomato slice?
I'm deep in the wine. So I would go back.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think they started on Cape Cod, and that's where I learned about them probably 15 years ago.
Have you ever had Cape Cod pizza?
Like, is that a brand or just pizza on Cape Cod?
It's a wholly different type of slice that you may not have actually ever had before.
I don't think
I've had the only. Now that's an interesting adventure that I could see for us.
The only pizza I've ever had. Oh, that's a good little side video for you right there. I'd do that with you.
This is. They've got one in Brockton, Mass. Now my mom is from Brockton, and a lot, her siblings, and also known as my aunts and uncles, or I think just maybe my aunt or something, worked at Cape Cod Pizza. They got a couple different locations. This is like a charcuterie slice in some instances.
See, now that sounds Italian a little bit.
No, it's charcuterie slice in the sense it's small. It's small.
Cape Cod Cafe Pizza?
Yeah, Cape Cod Cafe Pizza. This slice is interesting. It is somewhat like a Greek. It's somewhat like a Greek, but they do it in like sort of a low pan. So there is a very obvious char around the edges.
It's a bar pizza. It's a bar pie.
Okay. Well,
established 1939, Cape Cod Cafe, the original bar pizza.
It is its own type of slice that is unlike anything else, and it is phenomenal. And but it is out of the way, and I guess it's just never really come up of that it's something that I felt like we should share together. It's just a separate part of my life. And I'm sorry that I haven't shared this.
Life. Yeah,
I don't know.
Keeping this from me?
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry I haven't shared this with you. It's just
wow.
It just didn't come up.
In the Brockton area, they got 4 of them within a couple miles of each other.
Yeah, it's a big regional thing. Cape Cod Pizza slaps.
Wow, there's one right off 495.
And if maybe you and Emma should go check it out.
We could go.
You guys should go. You guys should go stop by, check it out. Get a cheese slice. Cheese slice, easy. That's because you should never. I learned this with Moses. Never go to a place that you're suggested and get their special pie, because I did that with Moses when I went to New Haven Pizza, where he was like, oh, you gotta go. We gotta. Okay, I was picking him up from college at the time. He was like, we gotta stop in New Haven and get the clam pie. And we were in our
the clam pie.
We were in our experimental phase of pizza.
Where we were experimenting. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, we weren't. We were gonna make a whole video about it, I think, at the time. And we go there and we sit down at the restaurant. And we get a whole clam pie, and that's all awful. We got. And it comes, and it's this, it's a white slice, I think, with clams on it, and we're eating it, and it's good. But we're sitting next to 2 guys, and they've got a cheese and a margarita, and Moses and I are looking over there. And Moses is like trying to hold in the fact that this was still a good idea.
I can see
into it being
see it.
Well established, it wasn't a good idea.
You're like,
I'm looking over there. I'm like, it's the grass. They say the grass is always greener, but the green grass was it was neon in this instance. It was.
And you guys were college broke too, so there's no like let's just
there was no reduce. There was no reduce. We had wasted the money that we had procured for that particular experience.
There was a pizza, one pizza allotment.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point. We had bought that pizza, and it was like, we fucked up, and now there's nothing we.
I think nowadays you'd be like, you know what? Let's accept the fuck up. Let's just order another.
You're right. Yeah. No. With adult money, I would have. I think it would have been a big
harder times.
Yeah. Oh,
you were stuck with the clams.
Yeah. That is. I was wondering. Because I was thinking about it, and I was like, why did I just get? And I was like, nah, because you just couldn't fucking afford it.
Yeah, you already spent the money on the gas to get there. You carted in Moses' ass down there.
And who knows if Moses even paid me for that gas? Probably didn't.
There is a less than 25% chance that he did.
Oh, Jesus.
But I would go to Cape Cod Pizza
you
Cafe
should go.
with you. Well, we'll scope it out
would.
because there's one right off 495, which we take that route all the time to the Cape. And
yeah, if you can wait like fucking a month, then I would go with you.
It looks like Cape Cod Pizza Cafe, which is a chain, like a brand, is only in Brockton, I think.
Really?
Well, okay, let me do a little more digging. You were really
and what's nice about
that.
it? Well, I don't know. I don't really know any information because it was like it's almost always provided to me by my mom.
If you look up, it's Cape Cod Pizza Cafe, Brockton's best pizza. That's like their
it's
slogan.
Just a Brockton thing. Well, no, but like this is like a very particular thing, and it is really good. And they do sell frozen ones that my mom has sometimes sent to me across the country.
4 locations, all around Brockton, all within a few miles.
They're good. They're
Oh,
good.
they've got merch. You should get some merch.
And what's cool about it too is that it's a sit-down experience. You sit down there like it's a restaurant.
You sat on that. You're like, it's a sit-down experience.
I had to let that.
Well, it's a
sit
bar
in the
pie.
air.
I think that the vibe that they were going for or originally curating was like you're at the bar, you're drinking some beer, and you're like, man, I wish we could get a good pizza at the bar.
Yeah.
And you could pick off little slices. You don't want the big New York pie.
I think
You just
that's
want
the
a
most
little
tragic thing too about being an American is that there are so many various types of pies, but they are so far away from each other.
Oh yeah. Yeah, America is really, it's so big that the average person, you can't get this pizza. You got to be a local.
Exactly.
I think well, we're blessed to be in the Northeast. There's a high
but to finish that thought, you know, of the Italian pies, you know, it's like they're good. And they're at a base level very good, but I think I've just experienced so many pizzas that I'm like, what is that special sauce that will put something so above what I've ever experienced before that it's like the contrast exists there where it's so strong, you know? Because at the same time, I feel that about pizza, but when we went on a wine tour in this sort of more rural portion of Italy, it was with this very lovely family that was running it. They owned the vineyard, and they were giving us the wine tour thing, and which was having us try the wines that they make. And they sat and they had a bunch of food items like bruschetta and fucking cheese and prosciutto and shit like that. And then they sat down with us and at a table right next to us, and they had the meal while they talked about the wines. And it was like we were just having dinner with another family. And they brought out this fucking lasagna.
Oh,
that was like. And when I first heard of lasagna, I was like, all right. Because, like, lasagna at home is like...
All right. When's the last time... Well, that's clearly indicative that you have not had good lasagna in a while. Lasagna is awesome. There's literally nothing to dislike about it.
Lasagna's good. Lasagna's good. I think I maybe have experienced too many lasagnas that are heavy on the ricotta, and it just has thrown me off.
I implore
the beaten path
to find a good takeout lasagna, become one with the illusion, order it, and experience the bliss is that meal. Heavy, saucy, cheesy, sloppy, heavy.
Wow. Okay.
We got some. There's a place nearby that has they make them every morning, and they're in like tin foil that you can bring to go. Woo!
Yeah.
Baby. It is.
So this lasagna that I had, this was lasagna that was placed in a pot, a Dutch oven, and cooked over a fire.
You're making me sweat.
And it was by and large, the tastiest thing I'd ever put in my mouth in that moment.
Wow.
It was.
Wow.
It was, and I don't use this word lightly, divine.
That's cool, dude. I'm actually really jealous.
We tasted that, and it was like getting hit by a spirit.
Yeah.
You know, where you taste something, you're like, it was like that shot of the fucking food critic in Ratatouille. Except that I didn't have any memories to go back to. It was just like, I just saw God.
That's incredible.
It was phenomenal. And it was like one of those things where it was like, oh, so they're operating on a different culinary level than the rest of the world when it comes to comfort food, you know? Like, yeah, you can get a 20-piece chicken nug, but that's not going to compare to the shit that Nona just put out.
I want to say this about the 20-piece though. If you
That's another thing I've been doing since I've been out here. I've been trying McDonald's in each country.
How does it fare before I dive into the 20-piece?
Well, I'm always trying the weird shit. Like, yeah, I'm having the Dublin Biscoff McFlurry.
Yeah, okay,
yeah.
I tried the weird burger in Switzerland, and it sucked, actually.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm having the veggie dippers from with the curry
horrible.
dip. Yeah, it was delicious. It was fried.
To just give the 20-piece nugget, like, to give them one. I rolled through a McDonald's recently.
They just taste different in every country. Their chickens are different. They're putting the red paste in wrong to make that chicken.
If you get fresh McDonald's nuggets, like they just came out of the fryer.
Okay, that's a rare. Okay, yeah,
it's rare.
Okay,
it's so rare.
You're talking about you're talking about catching. That's like finding a fucking snowy owl.
It is. When it happens, like you're driving, you get the takeout, you put it in the passenger seat, and you're like, you grab one, dip it, eat it, and you're like,
and it's
hold
like
on a second,
into a caramelized piece of heaven.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Oh, these are fresh. These are fresh. It's so good.
No, it is like a celebration. It is
but
like
for every one of those that you
my
get,
ancestors smiled down upon me when I bite into a fresh McDonald's, and I think that's happened to me. I mean, I've got a lot of McDonald's. I think that's happened to me a total of 2 times.
It's like for every one of those you get, you're gonna get 5 to 10 separate orders of dried out nuggets.
I feel like my ratio is like 1 to 20.
Yeah, no, could be.
Tucker, I'm telling you right now, that's happened to me twice. I've had,
and you're a nugget guy.
I'm a nugget fiend. I'm a monster for the nuggets. God, and as I sit here in Italy talking about McDonald's chicken nuggets, I've just had the most delicious meal just now.
Okay, take it easy, press corps. This is my official endorsement for the episode. Last night I watched, this isn't a new film, but I watched for the first time Moonrise Kingdom, and it's 10 out of 10.
Really?
It's the best film I've seen all year.
Really? Well, it's a good movie. Hey,
it's
Tucker,
a film.
what kind of bird are you?
A puffin.
Oh, cool.
I'm sure you saw some in Ireland, right? If you didn't, you wasted that trip.
No, I didn't see any.
Wasted the fucking trip. Can you believe it, guys?
Folks, if you join us over on the Patreon, we're
gonna keep chatting on the Patreon.